Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. Hey, I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. Yes, this is a new channel. It's brand new. Basically, the other channel is gone. I do apologize for the inconvenience. I am restarting and rebuilding over. Business must go on. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. Asking you to subscribe if you have not subscribed. If you are, welcome back. If you were on the other channel, welcome back, and thank you for being a loyal viewer. I do appreciate it. Please also leave your comments, and what else do I want you to do? Share this video. Good. All right, we are covering the Real Housewives of New York. So this is what I want to say. I'm only going to spend a few moments on this. I did not make a video last week of the episode because there was things that were triggering me. One thing that has been bothering me for the last couple of years has been, as a black man, a black person, seeing microaggressions and racism, colorism, and really that's not why I try to view a reality TV. Is it reality? Yes. I'm here to be entertained, not to have all these social issues every week. One of the reasons I didn't want to is because of the constant struggle. And even in us pointing out certain things that we see, that a certain fan base, if you're offended, all I can say is I can't help that. It's not my job or my intent to offend you. If it offends you, there may be something wrong with you, because all I am is just speaking what's right, fair, and decent. Okay? Normally, it's the white fan base that really has this issue that is very annoying when you try to call out stuff that you see. And I'm very aware that maybe a lot of other races don't understand the type of stuff that we see. That's fine. But if you're not willing to at least hear us out and learn and grow from it, why do you think I need to just be kind and nice and just sit by the wayside? But it's too, everyone clutches their pearls as soon as we mention something about racism or colorism or microaggressions. It's real. It's out there. And as Sai says tonight, own it. You also have the ability to grow. But that's your choice. But don't sit up here and dismiss us. But anyways, what I will say only about Aaron and Uba. Both have their wrongs. Hopefully y'all are okay with that. I'm sure you guys are. Uba, you did too much. Do I think some of your passion and anger was justified? Yeah. But all that was not right. It was not right. It was never right to take off them glasses. I don't know if I would have carried on that way. I'm going to try to package this up at the end to look a certain way that overall it probably helped the show, or helped kind of remove some of the stuff that we saw going on New York thus far this season. Aaron, you do give Karen vibes. I said that in my last video. You gave off some microaggressions, and that's not cool. Bray, you have some microaggressions too, with your multicultural, multiracial self. You were trying to tell Uba, you're going to lose the argument as soon as you yell. No, you can't tell nobody that. You can't tell somebody how to respond. And this is, everybody keeps saying that this is not normal for Uba to do. You can't say that that is the way that you're just not going to be received. Could Uba calm down? Yeah, but don't try to dictate how somebody's supposed to be. Sorry. And even Jenna, disappointed in how you try to say, oh, she's quite different. She was quite different. The only time I ever seen her, she's always sweet, but this one time I saw her just switch up is when she came into your apartment. She didn't know that you guys were filming, and she basically just checked you about letting her know so that she could be in order. There was nothing aggressive or crazy about what she did since we saw the footage. And it's now all of this white woman tears. Oh my God, a black woman is showing emotions. And I don't like that. I don't want to watch that. I'm not entertained by that. And black people should not have to endure that in every episode. Beverly Hills, you know that I really have just started missing Beverly Hills. And it took me, it's been a year since I think the reunion ended in October. I just started missing Beverly Hills because of the blatant microaggressions, and we know the underlying racism that was happening over there. But I guess I'm just sick of this divided way of even the fans act as if it's not there. It is there. I'm sorry. And on the flip side, you know what? I have defended Sutton because I think that Crystal, she race baits. And then she says all this dramatic stuff and can't even back up what she said. That's my issue with Crystal. That's been her theme since she started on the show, is race baiting. And it's not good and it's sickening. So I can defend white people when I know that there's something not legit right. You can't even back up your statements. And then she played favoritism as to whom she was going to call out for whatever type of microaggressions or people who are tone deaf to race. She didn't do anything to Kathy that season. So I'm over Crystal because that's not how you do it. That makes us look bad. But anyways, overall, you know, Uba kind of proved her point, even though she was quite crazy in proving her point because you do lose your cell phone more than what you're leading on or led on to. But I think she may have crushed Erin in her ability to always crowd over people. I'm not going to call her a bully, but she has this way of having dominion over the circle and how she operates. And I think Erin's going to be careful at how she approaches different things from now on. So anyways, I'm done with that. That's all I wanted to say. Let's get on to this episode. We're back in New York. I think this is episode 13. The reunion is in 2 weeks, or 2 to 3 weeks. October 22nd is the first part of the reunion. It's 2 parts. The most I'll just say is this: that side is the one that's best dressed. And the looks are quite not looking. So I'm only putting up Jessel's picture, but you get the drift. Anyways, okay. So we begin with Jessel and Pavitt. They are having lunch or dinner, and they are discussing that Jessel took the boys to a music class. While the class was over here, they were over there. Pavitt's like, imagine how they're going to be when they start school and all this good stuff, blah, blah, blah. Pavitt discusses his experience in watching the twins. He says it was intense, and he said he had no nanny. I said, okay, well, welcome to motherhood. No, Pavitt, welcome to fatherhood. Welcome to parenthood. How about that? You thought just dropping off your sperm was enough, wasn't it? He discusses concerning her taking this time away to go on vacation. Like, oh, you shouldn't have really, that was enough for you to do. And Jessel says she's ready to go back. She needs a vacation from what she just experienced. I agree. Because it was draining and a fool. Because everybody want to trauma bond and don't even want to have fun. And the thing, I'll get on side a little bit later. Because I really want to go in on her. She says that she wants to invite Sai out to dinner or something, just so that they can squash beef. She feels like she just is being misunderstood, and possibly because she loves and respects her. Don't love her and respect her after this episode, Sai. Please don't. Now they are talking concerning their evening out that they're going to have outside of this dinner. Pavitt has made all the arrangements. It's going to be dinner and a staycation. She's like, you got everything, the nanny and all that? Yeah, I do. I probably got a secret nanny. And they joke about that. Something at this point, Pavitt, I wouldn't even say on air because it's going to be misconstrued if you aren't doing what we think that you're doing. Okay? Anyways, okay, so we jump to Bren and Jenna. They go out to, I would say a gay bar, but it's a lesbian bar. I forgot the name of it. I know Jenna said Henrietta something, whatever. Jenna says that she came to this bar when she first came out. Bren is her wingman, and then Bren is saying some more inappropriate sexual innuendos. She says, you know, I'm ready to have sex with a woman, and then I'm ready to finger. I said, lady, can you not do that? Can you not do that? Come on. One day, one episode, can we go without that, please? So a woman does come over. She's a little bit younger to Jenna. Brent's playing wingman, And one thing I just want to point out with Jenna, you just met this lady, and you ended up saying something about your teeth being fake. Not up front, lady. Not up front, lady. Not up front. That's something that happened maybe 6 months down the road. Make sure that she's your boo before you try to disclose any of that information. Come on now. She says that she feels like since she broke up with her ex-girlfriend, it's been about 2 months that she's a fish out of water or out of the pool. So she's nervous and all that good stuff. So that's probably what happened as to why she said something about the fake teeth. Then there was a stripper up there. Jenna got up there and they were putting money on Jenna and all that good stuff. So looks like she had a good time. All right, so Cy and Aaron and the husbands, they go out to dinner. I'm just going to say this much. We know what it was as far as the scene. They start talking about Jessel and Pavitt again. And then the scenario question was, if it's been 2 years since you guys haven't had sex, what would you do? And Abe said right out, let me just say this. For two happily married couples, another couple is on your mind to even talk about their sex life like that? Abe and Aaron are supposed to be so over sex, so freaky, so this, so that. But you got time to speak about another relationship? And we know nothing about Cy and David. We just know that he's the nice one and you're the mean, brash one. And y'all balance each other out. That's all we know. We don't see you guys really converse. What pisses me off, y'all only talk about other people. Y'all don't talk about yourselves. I think Aaron and Abe have talked more about themselves. But Cy and David, no. We don't know nothing about them. So they asked the question. Abe says that if we haven't been having sex for 2 years, I'm going to be effing another woman. Okay. So Aaron, just know that you're a mattress for Abe. While you sitting up here looking at Jessel, I don't know who's in a worse situation. I mean, they just haven't had sex. I don't know. But this dude don't have any loyalty, don't even want to work it out. He says, if you're not putting out in over 2 years, because Aaron was so disgusted because she's like, so what if I'm going through something? Jessel's going through something, but you decide to make this a topic and make fun of her for the umpteenth time. But now that it's gotten real, now you got an issue because your man will say that he will step out on you and cheat on you if you are not giving up the goods in 2 years. He's not going to beat his meat. No, he's going to beat someone else's private parts on you. Now, David gave a more political stance. And he's like, if we haven't been having sex for 2 years, then the marriage is over. There's a problem there. So that's not, even though Cy saying that's what a husband should say. Why? He didn't say he was going to work out the issues and nothing. Y'all got some good husbands there. Whatever. So work on your own home. Now that you're on this TV, as Simone said on Married to Medicine, Dr. Simone said, itches are looking for y'all. Y'all on TV. So if there are some scandals coming up, won't be surprised. And as Courtney says, karma is a B. So y'all want to do that to another marriage? Guess what? It's going to come back to you. And it's already come back to Cy, at least with rumors on social media, if y'all have not seen it. So I'm not going to get into it because I'm not too much of a gossip columnist channel or whatever. If there's something I want to talk about, then I'm going to talk about it. But it's not necessary. All right. So Aaron's like, they start talking about their relationship and the things that they'll probably do, her and Abe. And they've talked about having a threesome, but she doesn't want a woman. She wants a guy. And Abe said, I guess he'll watch, but he doesn't really want to be there. He doesn't want to be in the function if there's a guy. But if it was women, he would have been there. They talked about swinging. And then Aaron said, you know what, I'll just F a gay guy. If he goes both, she should have said, if he goes both ways. Say that you'll swing with not swing, whatever. Just say that you'll have sex with a bisexual man. But whatever it is, we will not have a sexless marriage. Okay, Aaron. Right now, you and Abe, y'all seem like y'all are a Todd and Candy. And yep, she's Candy and Todd, y'all getting some strays. Because y'all put up this front like y'all so freaky and stuff, but we don't see much there. There's not much there. But anyways, Aaron's going to be a mattress. All right, so let's move on to Bryn. We see her in an antique bookshop, and she goes there regularly. She talks a little bit about what she discusses with some men that they don't really like. And if you saw the scene or whatever, what I have just concluded everything about Bryn is Bryn dumbs herself down, over-sexualizes herself to get what she wants. And she really does have a brain. She's been influenced by her grandmother. So that's why we just get all this sexual stuff, which is very annoying because she overdoes it. I don't know if she's like this in her everyday life, but it's tired now, every episode. And now that I know that you have a brain, I lose more respect for you because we need to see more. You can have a mixture of all of that, but you don't. You just rely too much on it. You want to be a flirt. That's why you're not in a relationship. That's why you don't have a family. You listen to your grandma and your grandma then talk you out of a relationship. I mean, of course, some men like the bimbos. They like a trophy wife. But are you going to be fulfilled when you know that you're better than that? Level up, lady. Grandma's gone. All right, so Ladies go to a shaman. And let me just say this, I'm sick of shamans because every franchise just doing the same things, recycle stuff. We don't care. We do not care because, A, y'all don't get healed. Y'all don't really get helped. Like, what are we doing this stuff? What are we doing this stuff for? It's boring. Come up with something else if y'all trying to really get help. But we know that nobody on New York trying to get help. Anyways, as the shaman's going through, they're doing all the routines and exercises. They go up to the shaman goes up to Sai, because Sai already said that she don't want to do it. She don't need all that. She actually said, I'm healed. I don't need nothing done with me. I said, okay. So we'll get where we're at with you. The shaman ended up saying, and Sai didn't give any of that feedback to her. She just said this in the confessional. But she said that Sai has this brick wall up. Boom. She's able to tell you her tragedy, but that's all. And you can say, well, she is opening up. Okay, and what else is there about you? This made me into who I am today. A brick wall? Your trauma made you a brick wall? That you can't sympathize, you don't have any empathy and sympathize with anyone? Okay. So the shaman talked to Uba about her mother, and she began to break down. Jessel grabs or touches her to try to help her. We find out after the session, Jenna says that she wanted to cry, but she didn't want to do that up in there. So Jenna has some walls up too. And look, these women don't know each other, and I just don't see them. I don't see them being super vulnerable with the ladies that you don't know. And I think it's okay if the cast is like this and you don't know them. It's just with Sai in particular wants you to spill your guts to people that can't be trusted at all. So after the session, Jessel opens up because Sai was like, enough of all that, let's gossip. And Jessel gave too much information yet again. She talked about she's going on a staycation and we're going to have sex. And, oh, well, I want to see you after you have sex, Aaron says. I want to see that glow. And then Sai was like, you need to tape it. I need to tape it? Well, what do I need to do that for? Or I could tape it and just send it to you. No, you don't have to do that. What are we taping it for? You're telling too much of your business with people that don't care for you. Stop. Jessel, stop it. Okay, so we have this little lunch date with Sai and her daughter. I forgot what her name was. Anyway, she's a ballerina. She was telling about the practice and all that good stuff. Very descriptive. We're finding out that the daughter wants to be on Broadway. She wants to be a triple threat, which is dance, act, and I guess sing. That's the triple threat. So, or yeah. So they get into, all of a sudden now Sai needs to talk about how poor she was and what she did, opposed to what her child is doing, because now they are reaping the benefits. I said, lady, at this point, I don't care if you were poor. Write a book at this point. It's probably as interesting as that Mormon book that Heather Gay is writing in Salt Lake City. Please do that, because I'm tired of it. Somebody gonna bond with you off of your trauma. I'm not doing it. Jessel and Pavitt. So I don't know if they're at the hotel yet. I think they're planning to go, and Jessel is showing all the things that she plans on doing. It looks like it's things that Pavitt's not used to, so it seems a little awkward and all that good stuff. So we don't actually see the date or whatever, but they're going on to their staycation. Bryn and Uba, meanwhile, Uba calls Bryn. Bryn didn't make it to the shaman things because she caught COVID. She said that she started feeling something in Anguilla. Maybe that was it. And maybe I need to apologize to Bryn, because I really thought that the thing that Aaron was saying that you were lying about, the fertility stuff, the eggs, maybe you were feeling under the weather. I'll take that back. See how I can take stuff back? So Uba calls her. She says that, she's still not well, but she didn't really realize how sick she was. She was hearing a cough. Uba's in her bathtub with Bubbles, and they call each other, and they were talking about Jessel and Pavitt. They're like, oh, we should send a stripper there, or we should go up there, dress as maids and stuff to help them out, or whatever, blah, 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 blah. When Jessel was describing, saying that Bryn was helping her out, we had a flashback to when they were at the sex store. Did y'all notice that there was this guy that was watching out the window, or out the door window, kind of like a creep? Probably because he's seen them cameras, so I'm not going to say that he was just some peeping Tom type dude. So the doors were open. Maybe the doors were open. They may have closed it down for them to have that scene, so who knows? Anyways, that was a little short scene, blah, 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 blah. All right, so Jessel did invite Sai to go out to lunch or whatever after the shaman session, and Sai said, sure. In her confessional, she already said that she didn't want to go. What are we doing? Right? So we know how it is. So the day of when they're supposed to meet, I know it's a Friday, and I'll get to that in just one second. So Sai arrived. How it's presented to us is as if Sai had been waiting there for over 40 minutes. Sai was late for 20 minutes. Jessa was late for 20 minutes. They didn't meet together at the same time with their lateness of 20 minutes. However, we know concerning production, you have a certain call time to get to a certain place, and it's made to look like Sai or Jessa was just super duper late. Just have that in mind. Yes, Jessa was late. Probably not as late as you're trying to make it to be, or was as late as what production wanted to happen. So Sai is naturally pissed. I can't take that and say no, she's not, or what are you doing, Sai? No, you have a right to be pissed. However, it was used as fuel for how she felt about Jessel anyways. So Jessel comes in, it's like, because Sai didn't even, or Jessel didn't even, according to Sai, even message her and say, hey, I'm late, So Jessel gets there, and she's like, so why are we doing this? What, we couldn't have done this on the weekend? And Jessel's like, well, Friday is my weekend. And Sai's like, mine's not, But I'm like, both of you guys are your own bosses. So guess what? You don't clock in on a regular job someplace. So Sai, yeah, you may have to work, but quit acting like you're just so tied up and busy with work as if your schedule can't fluctuate or be rearranged for what you're doing. Let's stop that now. I don't like that part. But I know that she was going to stick it to Jessel because of how she already feels about her, and also because she was late. They talk about the staycation. Jessel says that it was good. We did have sex. It was awkward for the first 20 minutes, and then they got into it. Sai, in her confessional, does not believe it. She's not giving any details. Well, you're not her friend. What is she supposed to say? She had an orgasm in 3 minutes? What? What is she supposed to say? He flipped her over? What? What is she supposed to say to you for you to be satisfied? Everything is micromanaged and examined by you. Whatever. That is so crazy. Jessel does talk about, she brings up the Vietnam situation. Sai does. And then she starts laughing as Jessel's trying to explain what Pavitt is doing. I'm not saying it does look suspect. I will not do that or whatever. I will not say that it's not. Besides giving her, what? Why didn't you tell me? Well, you're talking about he's giving mileage? Sai was in a confessional. I'm sure he's giving mileage. Like, who does that within a 24-hour period? I'd like to know who's running overseas for a 24-hour period just for, hopefully I can say this, a nut. Like, I mean, look, have your fun or whatever over there, Pavitt, if that's what you're doing. But I'm not condoning it, but I'm just saying that if you were that type of person, like, okay, do it, but I'm not going over there for no 24 hours. Just, so anyways, Jessel wants to apologize if how she was communicating about the stuff that she was going through to compare to the story, your story, or Brent's story, and all that good stuff. And Sai says, I don't care. You obviously did. You got mad and pissed at Sai. Like, it's the bull skit that's really pissing me off. Shout out to random TV reviews. I don't get that. You did care. Or you wouldn't say how much you were actually suffering over her. She says, you could have called me about this. So, really, weeks ago, hopefully Jessel understands now that Sai has made up her mind about you. But really, if you don't care and you've made up your mind, then shut up. Shut up, Sai. Go hone in on somebody else and pick apart everything that they got going on. Sai says, you think that we're picking apart, but there's just some things that it seems like that you're talking in circles and you don't get to the point, and it's not making sense. And in this group, we are short fused, and we will tell you or want to call people out within this group that we just don't feel like is telling the truth. And we can tell. No, you can't tell. You want her to say stuff that she's not comfortable in saying. Jessel even apologized about that. If it seems like I am, it's not that. Some things is really hard because I'm being scrutinized. She says that most of the stories are, it's like you start at point A and it takes you an hour and you're at point C. I don't think that she's going to open up everything, especially at how you guys pick at everything. Sai, you are trying to dictate to people at how they are supposed to be. And that's not cool whatsoever. That's not cool whatsoever. Sai, I've written you off just like you have written off Jessel weeks ago because you're trying to tell people how they need to emote with you to a emotionless person. So then she said there was another part I did want to talk to you about, even concerning my uncle, that I wasn't too comfortable in sharing at the time because when you shared your story about your mom, it made me think about my uncle. He was an alcoholic, and I felt guilty because I don't feel like I helped him enough, even in his struggle. I think the uncle's dead now too. That instantly sets off Sai. It's like, what? So you're only bringing this up because I said something about my mama? It's like, she's like, you're trying to compare. She's coming up with Sai. You're trying to compare things to apples and oranges. Again, Sai is trying to make it seem like Jessel is just totally trying to out trauma her when it's really you. I don't like Sai whatsoever. And again, the only thing that Sai has been good is that she's hungry, but she don't really eat that much. She tells us her traumas, her past traumas. We know nothing about her currently. We know that you are an influencer. That's about it. We know nothing about your marriage. We heard something about your child 12 episodes in, and she told us about that. That's it. And she just gossips with Aaron. And that's it. They gossip with Aaron, and then Aaron sets up the plots and how to come at somebody. That's it. I'm over you. So you can just get off the screen because you're not going to show anything else. That's all I do have. You guys tell me what you think. It was kind of long. I do apologize. But I thank everyone for coming to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell everybody to come over here and let's rebuild together. Until the next video, peace.